Hey guys, it's GameFacer and welcome back to episode 29 of my Liverpool career mode. Now in today's episode we're going to be getting on with the rest of the January transfer window. Going to be finishing off the window now as well because we are only just a couple of days away from doing that. Big game against Bournemouth to play the second leg of the semi-finals, and that is of the Carabao Cup, so looking forward to that game. Hopefully going to get through into the final, and of course we've got some other matches to play after that as well. Again, against Fulham in a few days time. That's in, I think, the FA Cup. So we'll get on with that, but before we do, if we could try and hit 100 likes on today's episode, then I'd really appreciate it. Also, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, or if you're new to the channel, then I'd really appreciate you doing that. And let me know in the comment section below if you have done it. Let's crack on with things. Let's, I think, take a look at the centre-back. There was a few suggestions in the last episode. Wasn't really too sure who exactly to go for. We put in a bid for Koulibaly. Real Madrid decided to stall that bid, and so we won't necessarily find out. For now anyway, we might find out in the next couple of days, but it could be too late and it's most likely going to be rejected. So we're going to have to think of a backup option. Not really too sure who though. Now there's a couple of guys I've scouted. Bearing in mind I have about £63 million to spend. It's going to be tough to get Varane. I'm going to have a look at that one in a second. There's also a guy called Lengle, I think is how you pronounce his name. Something like that, not too sure really. From Sevilla. Again, not really too sure what overall he is though. That's the only issue here. I think he's got really high potential, but I don't know about his current overall. Trying to scout him. It'll be too late though before you get that report back. So I could take a gamble on him. I could also see whether I could try and sign Varane, which I think is what I'm going to do first. Okay, so what I'm going to try and do as part of this deal is actually truck in Origi, who obviously we replaced technically last episode with a new striker. And so we're looking to try and get him out the door. Just whether they're interested in a striker is the next question. They're not. They want a right back. We don't really have a right back, I don't think, to give them, unless they want Flanagan. What do you think of Flanagan? Yes! Okay, £99 million. That's not going to happen. Should we just try cash, I think, is what we'll have to go with? Okay, so it seems like nothing's going to really happen here. We'll just counter the maximum amount that we can, even if it was accepted. We don't have enough on his wage anyway. They can't do it, and so it doesn't seem like that deal's going to happen, unfortunately. Ending negotiations there. It's tough. It's tough to find the right guy. Okay, final roll the dice, and it's going to be for Marquinhos. That was heavily suggested, actually, in the last episode. The reason why I'm a little bit reluctant to sign him is because I feel he's a little bit generic career mode sort of signing. Or at least he used to be anyway. Maybe less so nowadays that he's got a little bit older, but he certainly used to be back in the day. So I'm a little bit reluctant about this one, but I think he will make most sense out of them. I've also got reservations about him being 6 foot as well. I like tall centre-backs usually, but again, I think we'll have to bite the bullet here just to bring in some quality really in that defence. And so current value is 41.5, just go with 50. We're probably massively overpaying here. I didn't really take a look at what they were saying for him. 75, wow, we're not massively overpaying, okay. Realistically, we can't really go too much higher over 60. Let's just see what they say. And they've come back and accepted it, okay. So maybe I've got about the right amount there. Let's just wait and see what happens to the contract negotiations. Hopefully get that deal sorted now. £60 million is a lot for a centre-back though, isn't it? That is a big amount of money. But he's 24, he's got some time to grow. He's obviously going to be in the first team ahead of Matip. It's also better than Van Dijk, I think, now as well, which will be interesting. Okay, well, it's 145 grand a week and an appearance bonus. We're obviously not going to do the appearance bonus, but he should hopefully want around 150, 155 now. Oh no, he's happy with that wage. There we go, he signs for us. £60 million he joins for. It's a big chunk of money, but it's basically all the money that we had left. We may as well spend it. And so the amount of money, I think, is fine, because we're not trying to bring in anybody else right now. So happy with that. £60 million, a big amount of money, though, for a centre-back. Maybe our biggest signing ever, I want to say. I could be wrong, I'm not really too sure. Might be the biggest of the lot. Really happy with the signing though. He's obviously a younger player and he'll come in and really add to that centre-back position, which I'm happy about. And he's actually ready to play this game, which is quite exciting. So he is going to start this game against Bournemouth. I think it's worth giving him a go alongside the Lit in there. I'm not really too sure who should play where, but I think we'll go with that. And Matip will drop to the bench. And I think we'll just go with that team as well for this game against Bournemouth. Big semi-final match. Alisson starts in goal. Alexander-Arnold, Marquinhos, Dillit and Sandro in defence. Henderson, Keita, Fekir in midfield. Pulisic, Firmino and Salah as our front three. And that means Pulisic just coming from Mane, who's a little bit tired. And we'll rest that game against Fulham coming up soon. So we'll go with that. See we get on with a new £60 million signing. Huge deal. Let's crack on with this game. Big semi-final match. Hopefully going to get ourselves a victory. We've currently got an away goal from the last leg. Got to make sure we don't concede one ourselves, but let's wait and see here. Hopefully get ourselves a victory. Looking forward to seeing the performance of Marquinhos. Whether we keep a clean sheet might well give an indicator as to whether he's played well or not, but I guess we'll wait and see. Probably need to sort out his squad number. I think he's currently number 2. Leave your suggestions in the comments. Pulisic, ball goes in, great delivery. Oh, good chance for Firmino. Good save by Begovic though. Although it was right at him, but still had to get something on it. Chance here. Gradle running through. Good chance. Bournemouth looking a bit of a threat actually in the attack. I've been a little bit surprised by their start. It's been quite lively. I was expecting to be more subdued from them than it has been. And so, fair play to them. Ball through here, great chance for Firmino. Going to open up his body and shoot. It's saved. Can we follow it up? Mings out for a corner. Probably our best chance of the game, I'd say, so far. Good build-up play as well to create that chance. Fekir looking to deliver this from the short corner. It's not the greatest of balls. And Bournemouth will play. That's it for the first half. Still remains 0-0. Bit of a strange first half, really. Both teams going forward at times, but neither's creating that many clear-cut chances. A little bit disappointing for us, certainly. We haven't got close enough to goal at times, but I still think there's something there. It might just be a goal or two that nicks it, really, in this game. Both teams having 2 shots, so pretty much tells you about what I mean is we're getting to the edge of each other's boxes and then it breaks down. So we've got to try and be able to break down their defence a little bit better than we have done. Alexander-Arnold running through, shooting, oh, and he scores, it's 1-0, what a strike from the youngster, and he's put us in front of this game. What a hit from Alexander-Arnold. Just thought I'd have a go, just because we've not been getting anywhere near to goals. You've got to have a go at some point, you've got to try something like that and hope it goes in. You give us a little bit of time and it flies into the top left-hand corner. What a hit. Alexander-Arnold smashes it home on the edge of the box, and it's a great strike for the right back. What a hit that is. Begovic has no chance. 1-0, 2-1 on aggregate, and that goal gives us the lead. Pulisic, chip into Firmino, looking for a flick onto Salah. Salah crosses into the box, great chance, and again beat into it, out for a corner. Good opportunity there to try and double our lead in this game, but unfortunately cleared away. Henderson now delivery into the box, hopefully. Oof, okay, not the greatest connection, had to be cleared away. Okay, all 3 changes now, 20 minutes to go. Oxlade-Chamberlain, Wijnaldum and Sessegnon will come on. We'll take off Keita, Fekir and Salah, give those guys a rest. There's no real need to give them a rest. I think we're in a good position right now, in a strong position. Although saying that, actually, if they were to score 1 more goal, then it would be level, wouldn't they? So maybe I shouldn't have made those changes. But we'll go with it anyway, we'll stick to our guns, and then the players we're bringing on are good enough anyway. Good chance, and they've scored. This is what I was on about. 15 minutes to go. Callum Wilson scores an equalising goal. It's an away goal for Bournemouth as well. Can't say it's particularly deserved, but when they put pressure on us, we have crumbled here. And they get themselves a levelling goal, which is frustrating, definitely frustrating, but there's time to go still. Hopefully going to have enough in us to be able to get that goal, but Bournemouth have been difficult to break down, as have we for most of the game. They've suddenly found a way through somehow. It's very much out of the blue, and so it's quite an annoying one. Firmino looking into Oxlade-Chamberlain, and we've responded straight from kick-off. It's 2-1, we're back in front. That's what we can do, and it's now 3-2. There's 11 minutes to go, and if Bournemouth were to score again, maybe I won't be celebrating for so long, because that would put them through on away goals, but hopefully that won't happen. There's 11 minutes to go to hold on to this game now. Oxlade-Chamberlain with a great goal. He's obviously the substitute that's come on, been in the pitch for maybe 10 minutes, and he's already scored, so good for us. But yeah, got to make sure we cling on now. Stanislas getting forward, lots of bodies in the box here. We've got to try and clear it away, and we'll try. And now Firmino has to keep hold of it and not lose it in that area. He's done a good job there. Now trying to build up an attack here late on. Over to Pulisic, who's getting quite tired. Can we switch it maybe? It's a bit optimistic. Bartel cuts it out. Good ball in. Wow, luckily no one went for it. Wijnaldum running forward. Good chance for a late attack here. Wijnaldum crossing in. It's a chance for Sessegnon with a volley. Oh, what a goal that would have been. What a hit as well. A young Robben. Not too far away, but misses, unfortunately. Still remains 2-1. That's it. We're into the final of the Carabao Cup. We beat Bournemouth 2-1. It finishes 3-2, I think, on aggregate, was it? So very impressed by that. Obviously getting to the next round. Tough game, though. Bournemouth really had a fight in that match against us, and they certainly went all out in the final 10 minutes, but it wasn't enough. We've moved into the final. And that final is against either Brighton or Newcastle, which is quite interesting for us. So we'll wait and see when that happens and who it is against. Koulibaly, transfer offer unacceptable, as we suspected. They wanted more money, and so that deal obviously fell through. We don't even have the money anymore anyway, and I'm happy with Marquinhos, who came in and did a decent job for us. We didn't particularly see him that much, which I think is a good sign for a defender if you don't see them too much. It means that they are doing their job, I think. So, happy with that. £6 million, though. It's a lot of money, but luckily we had it to spend. John Flanagan is leaving the club to Fulham, and that'll happen at the end of the season when his contract runs out. Speaking of Fulham, we have them in 3 days' time in the FA Cup, so it's almost tempted to start Flanagan against the team that he's going to join at the end of the season, but I think we'll just put our best team out. Although saying that, it is quite tempting actually to put out a changed team, sort of like a cup side, especially with us playing quite recently. Maybe that's what we'll do. A few transfer offers coming in here late on in the window. 5 hours to go. Matip, a bid in for him from Sevilla. £23 million. No interest in selling him, so we're just going to reject that one straight away. Transfer in for Jordan Henderson as well. It's from West Ham. That was one we're going to reject. And a transfer offer also in for Firmino from Man City. Okay, also going to accept that. I meant reject. We're rejecting them all. Another bid in, this time for De Ligt, Atletico Madrid, £34.3 million. That's a lot of money for him, considering he's 19 years old. Another one we are going to reject. And that'll probably be it for this transfer window now, I think. Just the 1 hour to go, we'll skip it and we'll see what happens, but nothing happens, and that is it for the window. So we can now focus on the rest of the season, try and end the season really strong, win as much as possible. Training injury here to De Ligt, out for 2 weeks with a dislocated shoulder. Not so good for us. He's going to miss this game against Fulham. Also miss the game against Man United as well, a few days' time. Okay, so onto this game now against Fulham. We are going to field a cup team for this game. Karius starts in goal. Flanagan at right back. He will actually start just because I felt like we were a man light a little bit with De Ligt going and getting himself injured. So he does start at right back against the club he's about to join in the summer. Gomez comes in at centre back alongside Matip and Turney and left back. Got Cook, Wijnaldum and Woodburn in midfield. Also Chamberlain, Marino and Session as our front three. So a bit of a different front three, but I'm looking forward to seeing how those guys get on. This is the bench I've gone with. Van Dijk on there, obviously going to rest him, ready for that game against United in a few days' time. Sandro, Henderson, Keita, Fekir, Mane, Solanke, all on there as well. Let's crack on with things, let's try ourselves into the next round, and hopefully come away with a good victory here. Okay, here we go for this game against Fulham at Anfield. Let's see how we get on, try and get ourselves a victory. Flanagan at right back, getting his first and probably final game for us. So yeah, that's sort of a bit of a send-off, hopefully, for him. And let's try and knock out the club he's about to join next summer. So that'll be good for him as well. Try and get my goal, ideally. Session come up against his former club, of course, as well. Probably worth mentioning. Hoping that he can get a few goals in this game. Okay, that's dangerous. Go on. That's still dangerous. Oh, he's got away with that one. We've managed to read where he's about to throw it. We haven't capitalised. For some reason, I accidentally headed it. I didn't obviously mean to do that. Good opportunity for Fulham. Oh, rebounds over the bar. And it's out for a corner. Oh no, it's not. Offside. Wow, very, very close. Must have been a foul or offside. Something in there anyway. And it's a very good opportunity for Fulham there. I was worried for a second. Woodburn heads down to Oxford Chamberlain. Into Mariano. Still a chance for Oxford Chamberlain. Can he play it across to Sessignon? Oh, I think he got some sort of touch there, but maybe the defender did too. And the goalkeeper saves it regardless, and it'll be cleared by Fulham. Or will it? No, Mariano's won it back. Still trying to get across, and if he can, it's not a bad delivery. Oxford Chamberlain was there, but headed away, putting Fulham under some good pressure here. Great ball through to Wijnaldum. Heavy touch, takes it away from goal, but he still scores. That's a bit surprising, is that, to say the least. Did not expect us to be able to score then, because the heavy touch really took us away from goal, made it difficult for ourselves. We've still found a way through past the goalkeeper. Maybe through his legs, not too sure, but Woodburn sets up Wijnaldum beautifully. And I think it isn't actually quite through his legs. It might just go to the side of him. Let's have a little look from this angle. And maybe it is, actually. Wow, okay. It was a very close one regardless, but Wijnaldum gets himself the goal. And I was worried whether we would see that side of Wijnaldum in this game or not, whether we would see the goal threat in him, because he's playing a little bit further back, not as a centre-attacking mid. That's where Woodburn's playing, and he's the guy that sets up Wijnaldum. Great link-up play from those two. Open up the defence and score. That's it for the first half. Still in the game 1-0. Obviously in a good position at the moment. We've got ourselves one goal. I want a few more. Give us a bit more security. We've got to try and get a few more against this Fulham team. They certainly are there for the taking. We've just got to take our own chances. And I think break down the defence a little bit more. It's a similar issue that we had in the last game. Hopefully we're going to try and resolve it a little bit quicker. That ball into Wijnaldum again, and it's another goal. Maybe it takes a deflection this time, but I don't care. Wijnaldum scores. It's 2-0. He gets a second for us, and a second for himself as well. Just a couple of minutes into the second half, it's fantastic play. Marino this time setting him up, and it's a fantastic back heel into his path, and from then on he just has to run forward and get a strike on goal. Look at this, it's a lovely bit of play. He continues his run, back heel, takes a touch, shoots, and maybe it does take a deflection. Difficult to tell. But regardless, he goes past the goalkeeper into the back of the net. And I think it does flick up slightly. Maybe that helps him out a little bit, but it still goes in, and we'll take the second goal. Wow, 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 wow. What a goal. Hits it first time. Is that Tom Kearney, maybe? No idea. Whoever it is just smashes it home in the top left-hand corner like it's nothing. It is Kearney. Hits it first time. This is incredible. Yeah, speechless, really. What a hit. He knew he had to take it first time, so we're getting close with Gomez there, but couldn't quite get there for the interception, and it curls perfectly into the top left-hand corner. 2-1, Fulham out of nowhere have got themselves a goal. It's undeserved, but it's a great strike. Some changes now. We are going to bring on Solanke and Van Dijk. We'll take off Flanagan, and we'll also take off Woodburn as well. Joe Gomez will go play it right back now. Just kind of trying to change things up a little bit in this team. Flanagan will come off now for what will probably be his last ever game for Liverpool. So that just means one thing, really, that's appropriate, I think. And that's a standing ovation for John Flanagan. Incredible service to the football club. Liverpool legend. Incredible stuff. He comes off now for his final ever appearance for Liverpool. Session with a great pass, looking for Turney. He's found him. Turney shoots and scores, and it's game over. What a pass that is from Sessignon, and he completely kills the Fulham defence. Brilliant ball in behind there, so the left back could run through and score. 10 minutes to go, game over. We've scored to make it 3-1, and Fulham can find no way back into this game now. Very, very happy with that. Well, look at this for a pass. He has no right to be able to play that pass. It's a beautiful one. Turney just gets in front of the defender and slots it home in a very tight angle. 3-1 now, and we've got ourselves a 2-goal advantage again. 3 minutes to go, so Chamberlain off, Mane to come on. Again, just a bit of a pointless change, but we'll make it anyway. Mane to Cook, Cook to shoot, and saved by Gunn. That's it, finishes 3-1, we've won the game, we're into the next round of the FA Cup, and Fulham get knocked out. Very happy that we obviously beat them, it's a good victory for us. Pleased with the performance, some really good goals actually, and there's some good bit of play in there as well. So yeah, overall very impressed, and I think fully deserved. On to some player drills now. Alexander-Arnold being trained up alongside Sanchez, one of our youngsters. Both those guys still remaining the same overall. A couple of attributes going up there across the board, but nothing too major. Okay, so on to this game now against Man United in the league. It's a home match for us to play. It's the final game of today's episode as well, and we're going full strength. This is our starting 11. This is our best team. Alisson starts in goal. Alexander-Arnold at right back. Marquinhos and Van Dijk at centre back. Alexandra there at left back. In front of that, I've got John Henderson, Keita and Fekir. And as our front three, Mane, Firmino and Salah starting there. So, obviously quite an impressive team. This is the bench I've gone with Matip, Turney, Wijnaldum, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Session, Pulisic and Mariano. So we'll see how that goes, and hopefully we can get ourselves a good victory here. Currently 5 points in front of second place, so in a good position, but not miles ahead. I think it's Tottenham who are in second. Maybe a chance to get a little bit further ahead of them after this game. Man United not in the top 6. Whereabouts are they? 9th. Okay. Not a good season for them so far. Although, same with Man City, they're in 8th. But we can't underestimate them. We know they'll have a lot of good players, Sanchez being one of them. I'm sure they've made a number of other additions as well. Okay, then here we go for this big game at Anfield against Man United. Let's see whether we can win another match to end today's episode. Been impressed so far with our performances. Hopefully that can continue in this game. Obviously much harder opposition, but I guess we'll see how we get on. Okay, crossing in or beaten away by David De Gea. Not a bad delivery though, and causing them some issues so far, but they have looked very good, Man United, quite lively, and have certainly been putting a bit of a press on us. Pogba charging forward on the right hand side, crossing it in. Keeper doesn't come for it, and that leaves us a little bit vulnerable there. Great chance. I think Sanchez was it maybe? Was it Sanchez? It looked like it. Could be wrong. No, it can't be Sanchez. It was someone else, but heads over the bar regardless. Great ball into Salah, causing some issues down his left-hand side. Delivery into the back post for Mane, and beaten to it by Felipe Luis. Great bit of defending there from him. End-to-end stuff so far. Got to try and nick a goal if we can here. Fekir looking to Mane in the edge of the box. Mane takes a touch and shoots into a wall of players. What a ball in. What a save. That all just seems to happen in slow motion. No idea why we didn't seem to follow the runner. Very, very strange stuff. But Man United with a very interesting set piece there. We just didn't react properly there with Fekir, but a great save by Alisson. Luckily, he did react quickly enough. Pogba going to deliver this ball into the box, and goes to the back post. Smalling was there, but so was Alisson. Chances. Salah. Oh, what a save by David De Gea. And we're trying to follow up there. Not quite managed it. De Gea will keep hold of it just about. Okay, coming inside. Now into Firmino. Looking to try and create something here. Salah overlapping to Keita. It's a tough one. Could have passed it to Firmino. Saw it too late. Saved by the goalkeeper. Such a good chance for us there. As we approach half-time, looking for that opening goal still, but haven't quite got it just yet. That's it for the first half, still remains 0-0. Similar to the first game in some ways, both of us having chances, both teams going forward. No massive clear-cut ones. We've probably had more of the better opportunities though, I'd say. A few times we've gotten behind the defence and had shots, but it's never really been on anybody's stronger foot most of the time. So, got to try and get those sort of situations, got to try and create them if we can, and hopefully we'll nick a goal in this game. Firmino's also got himself an injury as well. Keep an eye on that one. We might have to change it early on in the second half. Short now to Keita. Keita's the edge of the box. Firmino into Henderson, takes a touch, shoots over the bar. Getting closer. Okay, we're going to take off Firmino. We'll bring on Mariano. We'll see how that goes. Clearly, Firmino's struggling. Holding his leg by the looks of it, but we'll wait and see exactly what the injury is. Seems to be running fine now, which is typical, isn't it? We'll wait and see at the end of the game, though, what the injury is and how bad it is. Yes, what a challenge. Okay, brilliant stuff from him. I need another player, though, to run in front of me, unless I have a shot here, and it had to be saved by David De Gea. Struggling to get close to goal. I'm a little bit worried it's going to be a 0-0 at this rate, which wouldn't be that surprising, I suppose. Both teams cancel each other out a little bit. Both teams struggling to get anywhere near to each other's goal. Okay, final two changes. We're going to take off Salah and Fekir. Wijnaldum and Session going to come on. Session on the left-hand side, obviously. Wijnaldum there, central attacking mid. Let's see how we get on. Just over 10 minutes to go. Hopefully those changes make an impact. Keita switching there to Session. Great chance. Should have passed it. Didn't see that chance open up again until it was too late. Wijnaldum still has it. Keita still going. Great ball and blocked by the goalkeeper. Cleared away for now. Henderson now going to play it into Mane. Still have it here. It's across to Session but intercepted. United having to scramble around a little bit. We're still keeping hold of the ball for now though. And trying to get it to Keita now. Back into Wijnaldum to shoot. It'll be blocked again and headed away again. Goalkeeper came for that one as well. Session still has it. Still looking to try and create something here. Wijnaldum over to Session. Can he head back across? No, and Lindelof will clear. It really is end-to-end attack at the moment. John Henderson going to try and play through Wijnaldum. Could this be the goal? Oh, save just past the post. And De Gea does enough. So close there. Wijnaldum just seems to every time get into those good positions. And so close to a winning goal. Henderson to deliver. Mane's in there, but cleared away once again. That's it. Finishes 0-0, unfortunately. It was always a really tough game. Both teams really going for it. I think we deserve to win. But it is sometimes the case where you can deserve to win, but if you don't have enough chances getting behind their defence, then you're not got enough shots to be able to convert one into a goal. So that was very much the case in this game. United had a couple of chances, no doubt about it. Certainly got a threatening attack, but compared to us, I don't think really did have as many by far. Yeah, 13 and 5 on target. So yeah, it tells you a lot about the game. Unfortunately for us, we didn't manage to be clinical enough at times. Only 5 shots on target isn't obviously good enough, but we'll take the point. United's a tough team. It does however mean that it allows Tottenham to get a little bit closer to us. If they do win, they'll be 3 points behind us. I guess we'll wait and see whether they do capitalise on it in the next few days. 3 weeks of, sprained knee. Not good. Picking up big injuries at the moment. I say big injuries, it's the big players, but not for very long, luckily. But still, when you get a combination of a few players out, it really does make your squad a little bit smaller. And we have just made the squad very, very small in that last window that we've just had. So yeah, we've got to be careful. Hopefully no more injuries in the near future. And we'll get through the rest of the games now with obviously a changed team. Luckily we have plenty of strikers though, so we should be fine. That's everything for today's episode. Thank you all so much for watching. If we could try and hit 100 likes, then I'd really appreciate it. Also, please go ahead, smash that subscribe button if you haven't already as well. And that'd be absolutely fantastic too. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.